Trauma is more than just a painful memory. It can really truly shut you down, disconnect you from your true self, and make the world feel very unfamiliar. Now, after experiencing trauma, many people feel that they're just surviving and not really living. I get that. I have been there as well. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Evette Rose, and I'm thrilled to have you here with me today. Remember to subscribe and join me every Wednesday for our free masterclasses at matmasterclass.com. But I want to continue our conversation now because here's the truth. You're not broken. You are awakening. Trauma doesn't just take something from you. It actually opens a doorway to transformation, deep self-discovery, and also a way of being. The question is, are you ready to step through it? Here's how you can now start to awaken after your trauma by also now, interestingly, combining psychological and science and spiritual wisdom to really truly help you to reclaim your life. Now, step one is to understand that trauma it basically puts you to sleep to protect you. So when you experience trauma, your mind and your body goes into a very powerful survival mode. And the brain shifts its focus from growth, creativity, connection to self-protection. And the psychological effects of trauma is we have the amygdala, that's our fear center, becomes very overreactive, making a person feel very hypervigilant and very super anxious. And the prefrontal cortex, which is our brain for rational thinking, it shuts down, making it very hard to process our emotions or to make decisions. And the hippocampus, our memory and sense of time, becomes incredibly dysregulated, making the past feel like it's still happening in the present moment. Now, the spiritual effects of trauma is you might feel very disconnected from your soul and also your purpose. But you might also lose faith in yourself and maybe others and even in God. And I definitely did. And if you've read my autobiography, you will understand my journey and what I say not very lightly. So you can get this at evettebooks.com, or you can also grab the Kindle version. And apart from feeling this incredible disconnect, you might also feel very emotionally numb. It's almost like life has completely lost its meaning. But here's the good news. Just as trauma can put you into survival mode, you can also consciously shift back into thriving mode. Now, here's also, for example, a new perspective. You are not stuck. You are almost like in a spiritual cocoon, waiting to be reborn. Now, how do we move more into that rebirth phase? That's a great question. Firstly, what really truly helped and what I did that started to help me was to release trauma from the body first before trying to think your way out of it. Because I can't tell you how many people and students and clients I've had who try to heal themselves by thinking their way out of trauma. Trauma isn't just stored in your mind. It's stored in your body. Now, why is this also happening? You see, trauma gets trapped in the nervous system, keeping you in a fight, flight, and freeze and fawn mode. Now, if your body still thinks that you're in danger, your mind will not fully relax, no matter how much therapy or meditation you're going to do. Now, how do we release trauma from the body? Well, one that really works very well is to shake it off, like animals do in the animal kingdom. They shake off stress after a stressful event. And we can do that by simply just standing up and jumping and shaking our arms and legs. Deep breathing as well is fantastic. Inhale 4 seconds and then exhale 6 to 8 seconds. You can ground yourself physically also by walking barefoot on grass, press your hands against like a wall, like for pressure weight. And also you can just lie on the ground to just really feel the earth beneath you, really connect to your senses and what you're feeling and bring your awareness underneath your body. That works incredibly well. Because remember, your body is the gateway to your awakening. Heal the body and the mind will follow. And that also helps when we start to reconnect with our inner self, right? Instead of the trauma story. Because trauma, I mean, it's easy to become stuck in this identity of feeling very wounded. And you might find yourself saying, I'm broken. I will never trust again. I'm never safe in this world. These are not your truths. They are trauma imprints. And the way that we can start to cancel and erase these trauma imprints is to reconnect with the real you. Ask yourself, who was I before the trauma? What brought me joy? What made me feel most alive? Practice self compassion as well. Instead of just judging yourself for how you feel, try saying, I see my pain, but I am also more than my pain. And another book that you might also love is Elevate Yourself. This is a book that I also wrote about my self-love journey, my self-compassion journey. This is very, very important and a big, big catalyst for me in my healing journey. So you can grab your copy at evettebooks.com. Another point also that I want to share that works really well that terrified me, absolutely terrified me in the beginning, was to spend time in silence. Listen not just to the noise of trauma, but to that deeper voice within you. Because trauma, it's just a chapter in your story, right? It's just a chapter. It's not the entire book. And it's now time to slowly start, when you're ready, to turn that page. And turning that page to shift from surviving also to being very creative. Because one of the most powerful ways to reawaken is to actually create something new. Trauma makes you feel like life is happening to you, but creativity reminds you that you have power. Now, creative ways that you can start to heal is by journaling. Write letters to your past self or describe the life that you want to create. You can also do movement and dance. You can do painting and drawing. I mean, the list is endless, absolutely endless, because creativity rewires your brain and helping you to shift from trauma pathways to growth pathways as well. So you see, when you create, you're no longer just that victim. You actually become, and I love to say this because it's so true, you actually become the co-creator of your reality. So remember the trauma, it's a portal, it's not a prison. So what if, maybe, what if your trauma was actually a spiritual initiation? I'm not saying all traumas are spiritual initiations, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, is there maybe a possibility for it? Because a lot of ancient traditions actually see suffering as a pathway to awakening. Those who go through deep pain, they often also develop deep empathy for others. They gain wisdom beyond the years as well. And they also feel called to help heal others. You see, if you're here with me today, trauma didn't destroy you, it transformed you. So my invitation to you is to challenge your thinking. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Ask instead, what am I learning from this? And so remember, if you're loving things about trauma work, then you're also going to love my book, Trauma Decoded. It's another book that can really, really help you on your path with really insightful, different perspectives. And you can grab this also at evettebooks.com. So remember, you're not broken. You are becoming. Healing after trauma isn't about going back to who you were before. It's about becoming something even greater. Remember that you are awakening, you are evolving, and you are stepping into your highest self. So the question now is just, are you ready to embrace it? So drop a comment below which part of this video spoke the most to you, and let's start a conversation about healing and awakening. And remember to subscribe, stay up to date. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And until next time, be the light that you are. And remember, if you want to learn more about stored emotions in the body and how they can even be hiding behind ailments, tension, pain, negative thoughts, beliefs, any challenges that you're having in your body, there's going to be stored messages. So remember to go grab your copy of Metaphysical Anatomy. It's a big book of 722 medical ailments and then the emotions that are suppressed behind them as well. You'll be also finding powerful questions in this book that can really truly help you to get started on your healing journey. And you can find your copy at evettebooks.com.